Hi, this is Arthur Hill, Senior Technical Analyst with StockCharts.com. Today's instructional video is going to tell you all about scooters, the StockCharts Technical Rank. Here are the topics and the timeline for today. First, we'll show you that this is based on John Murphy's methodology. Then we'll go over the indicators and the weightings. We'll look at some chart examples of a weak versus a strong scooter. We'll look at how scooters are ranked and grouped, and then we'll show you how you can work with scooter tables. John Murphy's methodology. The StockCharts Technical Rank is based on a numerical score that is derived from 6 indicators with different weightings. The methodology for these rankings comes from the wisdom of John Murphy, and John Murphy is, of course, the author of many books on technical analysis. John is also a key contributor to the commentary here at StockCharts.com, and you can read his post every week here. Indicators and weightings. If you want to see some written documentation on scooters, the methodology and the indicators, you can find a very detailed article in our chart school. So you can see the link for the chart school up at the top. If you click on that link, you will be taken to the main page for the chart school. And I'm going to go to the indicators and overlays section, and that has all of the indicators that we have available on Sharp Charts. And near the bottom, you will see the StockCharts Technical Rank. And if you click on that link, you will get a detailed article on how the StockCharts Technical Rank works. So if you want to know about the calculation and the indicators used, you just scroll down this article, and there you can see a table with the indicators and their weightings. We have 2 long-term indicators, the percentage above below the 200-day EMA and the 125-day rate of change. Those each count for 30%. Then we have the medium-term indicators, the percentage above below the 50-day EMA and the 20-day rate of change, and both of those account for 15% each. And you can see we have the short-term indicators, the 3-day slope of the PPO histogram and 14-day RSI, and each of those accounts for 5%. Chart examples. This first example shows a stock with a very high scooter above 90. This is Texas Instruments, and when you look at the indicators, you can understand why. Texas Instruments is 18.5% above the 200-day EMA and 8.7% above the 50-day EMA. And then I've grouped the indicators down below, 6 of them. So you can see the long-term indicators, 125-day rate of change, very positive. I'm using the PPO to measure the percentage above the 200-day EMA. Medium-term, 20-day rate of change, very positive. And the percentage above the 50-day EMA, very positive. So those are contributing to a strong scooter. Then we look at the short-term indicators. RSI is at the top end of its range. The PPO histogram is sloping down, but it only counts 5%. And you put it all together, and you have a scooter that is near the top of its range, above 90. Next up, we have Disney, and Disney has a scooter that is below 20. And you can see it's around 3.7% below the 200-day EMA. It's a little bit below the 50-day EMA there. And then when we group the indicators, you can see the 125-day rate of change is negative. Again, the 20-day rate of change is just barely positive, but that's a medium-term indicator. The percentage above the 50-day EMA is barely negative there. Turning to the short-term indicators, you can see RSI is in the middle of its range. The PPO histogram is sloping up, but it only accounts for 5% of the indicator score. And you can see you put it all together and the scooter is very weak, below 20. Ranking and grouping. So we add up all the indicator values with their weightings and we have an indicator score. And then we rank those indicator scores. And here I've got 10 stocks with their indicator scores, and they're ranked from the highest indicator score to the lowest indicator score. So AK Steel would be the weakest of this group. Fastenal would be the strongest. Using the S&P 500 as an example, we would rank the 500 stocks by the indicator score and then apply a ranking value, which would be the scooter. These ranking values can be grouped in buckets of 10%. So if you have the S&P 500, then you would have 10 deciles with 50 stocks in each decile. And so the bottom 50 stocks would go in the weakest decile, the weakest 10% of the S&P 500, and they would have a Scooter score from 0 to 9.99. And then the strongest 50 stocks would go in the top decile, and they would have a Scooter score from 90 to 99.99. So this way, you know your Scooter score ranges from 0 to 100. The closer it is to 0, the weaker it is. The closer it is to 100, the stronger it is. And you can see these groupings, somewhere between 40 and 60 is average. And then you get stronger when you get above 70, and you get weaker when you get below 30. Working with Scooter tables. Now we've created a number of tables that make it easy and quick to find the strongest stocks or ETFs, or to find the weakest stocks or ETFs. And these can be found on the Scooter tables pages. And if you go to the free charts page, which I'm on now, you scroll down to the summary pages, and there you can see a link for Scooter reports. You can also access the Scooter reports from your members page. Here I am on the members page. You have your control center on the left, and if you scroll down on that control center, then you will see reports and analysis tools, and there's a link for the Scooter reports. Once you're on this page, you can navigate to mid caps, small caps, ETFs, Toronto, London, or Indian stocks. You can also change the period from intraday to end of day to 1 week. You can easily add and remove columns if you would like. You can change the number of entries, and you can search the table. And this is really handy if you're looking for a particular sector. So I'm searching here for technology. Anything that has the word technology in it will remain on the table. I've got some healthcare here, and that's because technology is in the name, but for the most part, I've got stocks in the technology sector. You can see here that I've entered the term internet, so I'm pretty much looking at only stocks that have internet for the industry group. And if I want to sort these, I can sort with the strongest at the top, or I can click that again to get the weakest at the top and the strongest at the bottom. You can also sort by volume or any of these columns by simply clicking the column heading. And that concludes this instructional video on scooters. Thanks very much for tuning in, and be sure to check out our other instructional videos.